harassing him. Please.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the May 19th meeting of the Maplewood Township Committee. We have a jam-packed agenda, a fun agenda, and we'll get to that in just a moment. I'm going to read the Open Public Meetings Act statement, and then we'll move forward. Pursuant to Section 5, Chapter 231, Public Laws 1975, this is to state for the record that adequate notice of this meeting has been provided to the public by posting and maintaining the annual notice of regular meetings on the bulletin board of the municipal building, by mailing the annual notice of regular meetings for 2026 to the News Record and Star Ledger in December 2025, and by filing said notice in the office of the Township Clerk.
Ms. Adams? Here. Ms. Collins-Colding? Here. Mr. Daffis?
Present.
Ms. Herman? Here. Mayor DeLuca?
Here.
Whereas Chapter 231, Public Laws of 1975, commonly known as the Open Public Meetings Act, requires that all meetings of public bodies be open to the public, and whereas Section 7A provides that the governing body has the discretion to permit, prohibit, or regulate the active participation of the public in any meeting, and whereas desire the governing body to comply with the provision of this act, same time to conduct its business in an orderly and expeditious manner. Now therefore be resolved by the Township Committee, Township of Maplewood does hereby prohibit, except as set forth in the formal agenda, active participation in the deliberations of the governing body by the public, and except as otherwise prescribed by law, does limit the public to the observations of the actions and discussions of the governing body at all of its regular and special meetings.
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Adams?
Yes.
Ms. Collins-Colding?
Yes.
Mr. Daffis?
Yes.
Ms. Herman?
Yes.
Mayor DeLuca?
Yes. Thank you. Please join us in a salute to the flag. You're in an echo.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So I'm just going to run through the agenda quickly. Before we get into proclamations, I'm going to read a statement that the Maplewood Township Committee put out about the killings in San Diego. Then we will have proclamations for Asian American, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander Month. We'll have EMS Week proclamations, and we're going to ask our representatives from the South Essex Fire Department and the South Essex Rescue Squad and the Springfield Rescue Squad to come on up here and meet me for that. And then we'll have Jewish American Heritage Month proclamation. And then we have a very special occasion that we'll be appointing a new police chief. And then we'll get into our first public comment, and that's on agenda items only. After that, it goes downhill because we're going to have a budget meeting. We have to have a budget meeting, believe it or not. So we'll be having our budget meeting and hearing on that, and then we'll also be introducing the budgets for the Springfield Avenue Maplewood Partnership and the Maplewood Village Alliance. We have several ordinances on final passage, and you can come up and get an agenda here to follow along. And then we have ordinances, one ordinance on introduction. We'll hear from our administrators, elected officials. Then we have one discussion item, and that's some design standard revisions for the Maplewood Village Alliance. We then have a consent agenda, which consists of various appointments, contracts, minutes, and a lot of other things in here. So again, it's got a lot of items here, so please grab a copy of the agenda. At the end of that, we'll have our second public comment period, which is on any subject matter, and then we will adjourn. So with that, let me read the statement that we put out today. The Maplewood Township Committee condemns the horrific and cowardly attack on the Islamic Center of San Diego in the strongest possible terms. The targeting of a place of worship and learning is an assault on the universal values of peace, faith, and basic human dignity. No one should fear violence because of their beliefs or in their place of worship. We express our deepest condolences to the families of the 3 victims who lost their lives, and we stand in absolute solidarity with the San Diego Muslim community and Muslims everywhere, including our Muslim brothers and sisters here at home. We particularly honor the heroic bravery of the veteran security guard Amin Abdullah, a father of 8 who sacrificed his own life to alert teachers and shield nearly 200 children inside the building from further violence. Islamophobia, white supremacy, and violent hate have no place in a civilized society. We support the San Diego Police Department and FBI investigating this atrocious act as a hate crime, and we call for enhanced protections for houses of worship nationwide to ensure that all communities can gather and pray in peace. And that statement is signed by the 5 of us. And let's have a moment of silence for those who were killed. Thank you. Now ask Committeewoman Adams to read the proclamation.
Thank you, Mayor. Reading, I guess I got this because I have a half Japanese grandson, so I get the AA. Now it's AANHPI. That's a lot of initials. So I'm proud to read this for Asian American, Native, Hawaiian, and Pacific Islanders Month. Whereas May is recognized nationally as Asian American, Native, Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, honoring the generations of Asian Americans, Native Hawaiians, and Pacific Islanders whose contributions have profoundly shaped the history, culture, economy, and progress of the United States. And whereas this observance commemorates the arrival of the first Japanese immigrants to the United States in the 19th century and honors the Chinese laborers whose perseverance and sacrifice were instrumental in the construction of the Transcontinental Railroad, while also recognizing the rich histories, cultures, and traditions of Native Hawaiian and Pacific Islander communities. And whereas AANHPI individuals and communities have made enduring contributions in public service, education, science, medicine, business, the arts, civic leadership, and advocacy, helping to strengthen communities throughout New Jersey and across the nation. And whereas AANHPI Heritage Month also serves as an opportunity to reflect upon the challenges, the discrimination, and exclusion many AANHPI communities have faced throughout history, and to reaffirm our commitment to equity, inclusion, and mutual respect for all people. And whereas the Township of Maplewood values, obviously, the diversity, resilience, leadership, and cultural heritage of its AANHPI residents, whose experiences and contributions enrich our communities and reflect the strength of our shared future. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Nancy Adams, Committeewoman of the Township of Maplewood, on behalf of Mayor Vic DeLuca and the rest of the Township Committee, do hereby proclaim May of 2026 as Asian American, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander Heritage Month in the Township of Maplewood, and encourage all residents to celebrate the histories, cultures, and achievements of the AANHPI communities. Be it further resolved that the Township of Maplewood recognizes the 2026 Federal Asian Pacific American Council theme, Power in Unity, Strengthening Communities Together, and encourages all residents to honor the AANHPI leaders, advocates, and trailblazers whose work continues to inspire collaboration, civic engagement, and future generations. Thank you.
Thank you. Now I'd like to have the SCFD firefighters join me up here, and also volunteer from South Orange Rescue Squad and Springfield First Aid Squad.
all the rescuers.
Why don't you get over here? We'll put SEF here. We'll put Liz right there. Right here, Liz. So we asked the people who care for us in our community to join us, the South Essex Fire Department, the EMS team there, and also the South Orange Rescue Squad, which serves our community, even though it doesn't have Maplewood in the name. They are here quite often, and they, since the Maplewood First Aid Squad disbanded, it has been the South Orange Rescue Squad that has picked up a major portion of our emergency responses here. So we want to thank them all, and I'll be speaking about the South Orange Rescue Squad a little bit more after I read the proclamation. So, whereas the 52nd Annual Emergency Services Week is scheduled for May 17th to the 23rd of 2026, and whereas this year's theme is Improving Outcomes Together, which emphasizes collaboration across the entire emergency medical system, including 911 dispatchers, clinicians, fire and police personnel, volunteers, and healthcare providers, in order to enhance patient care, safety, and community well-being. And whereas the members of emergency medical services teams provide life-saving care to those in need 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and whereas access to quality emergency care dramatically improves the survival and recovery rate of those who experience sudden illness or injury, and whereas the members of the South Essex Fire Department and the South Orange Rescue Squad engage in hours of specialized training and education to enhance their life-saving skills and provide Maplewood residents with excellent critical care during times of medical emergencies. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Victor DeLuca, Mayor of the Township of Maplewood, on behalf of the Township Committee, do hereby proclaim the week of May 17th to 23, 2026 as Emergency Medical Services Week in Maplewood, and thank the EMS professionals and volunteers for their service to the community. Congratulations. Well, you can bring this back to the fire station. Okay? Thank you. And I did want, come in up here for a moment. Yes, you. This is, most of us know her as our township clerk, but in Springfield, they know her as someone who has dedicated 53 years of service to the Springfield First Aid Squad. And still, Liz is not only the president, but she still rides every Thursday night on a crew. And because we know she comes in here crabby sometimes on Friday mornings. But no, she is there and is providing those services, so we want to thank her. And now, Nick, if you can come on up. We want to give you this, but we also want to say a little bit more about the importance of the South Orange Rescue Squad to Maplewood residents. And next year, you'll be celebrating your 75th anniversary, and we would hope that those of us in Maplewood will be generous and recognize the support that we are getting from the South Orange Rescue Squad. And I'm going to ask Nick to speak in a moment and to tell us about the run you're doing on May 31st. But I did want to announce that tonight we will be approving a budget amendment, and in that budget there is a $10,000 contribution from the Township of Maplewood to the South Orange Rescue Squad in recognition of the services that you're providing here in Maplewood. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor DeLuca. Committee members, it's lovely to see you all tonight. On behalf of the South Orange Rescue Squad and all of our members, delighted to accept your very generous donation in recognition of the service that we provide. As you have alluded to, for nearly 75 years, members of the now South Orange Rescue Squad have been serving our community, the community of South Orange, and the surrounding communities, including Maplewood, with incredible levels of service to residents and visitors in their most dire moment of need. We currently have approximately 30% of our members as Maplewood residents. We do receive support from members of the community, for which we're really grateful, and we really appreciate the recognition of the level of service that we do provide. Last year, we responded to more than 400 emergencies in Maplewood, and we're grateful for every action of our volunteers, every hour they give. Last year, they gave more than 28,000 hours of service, which is a tremendous amount. So thank you on behalf of the Rescue Squad. And I'd also like to acknowledge our wonderful partnership and working relationship with our colleagues in the South Essex Fire Department, the Maplewood Police Department. The theme of EMS Week, as you said, is improving outcomes together. And that sort of spirit of cooperation is absolutely the way we all work together. So thank you to our partners in the community here as well.
And do you want to tell us about the 31st?
Oh, yes. So on May 31st, which is worryingly close, we'll be having our annual 5K run. We expect about 300 members of the community to take part. It starts at 8:30 on Sunday morning, and we'd welcome anyone to take part in any way they wish. So we frequently get asked whether you can walk the 5K. We also get asked whether you can bring your dogs, and dogs are welcome at the 5K. So we look forward to seeing many Maplewood residents there.
Great. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone.
Very nice. Very nice.
Okay, we have one more proclamation. Deputy Mayor Herman.
Thank you very much. Good evening. Before I read tonight's proclamation recognizing Jewish American Heritage Month, I want to note that Maplewood takes pride in celebrating the many communities and traditions that make our township such a vibrant and welcoming place. And throughout the year, we honor observances such as Black History Month that was in February, Women's History Month in January, that's a big one. Muslim American Heritage Month was in January. And you get the AANHPI, you get the idea. I want everyone to know that these proclamations are on our website. They reflect our community's commitment to recognizing the rich diversity, cultures, histories, and contributions of all who call Maplewood home. And so I want you to be able to go and read them. And as we shared earlier, our thoughts for the Muslim community, I want you to also be able to go and read what we put into words, our promise to that community. If you go to our township website and you go under About Us, you'll go on the far right, and there is a tab. It says Proclamations, and we've got everything up there from the last 3 years. So go check it out because we really try hard to encapsulate everybody who is a part of our community on there, and we want you to take a look. For Jewish American Heritage Month, whereas Jewish Americans have been an integral part of the American story for more than 350 years, contributing immeasurably to the nation's civic, cultural, economic, scientific, educational, and religious life. And whereas Jewish American Heritage Month offers an important opportunity to recognize and celebrate the enduring contributions, achievements, and experiences of Jewish Americans whose leadership and service have helped shape the character and progress of the United States. And whereas since 2006, so for 20 years, the month of May has officially been recognized as Jewish American Heritage Month through bipartisan action of Congress and presidential proclamation, reflecting a national commitment to honoring Jewish American history and heritage. And whereas Jewish Americans have played a vital role in advancing the principles of justice, equality, civil rights, education, religious liberty, public service, and democratic participation that form the foundation of our nation. And whereas despite these contributions, Jewish Americans have throughout history faced anti-Semitism, prejudice, discrimination, and acts of hatred, reminding us of the continuing responsibility to oppose intolerance in all its forms and to foster communities rooted in dignity, understanding, and mutual respect. And whereas the Township of Maplewood is proud of its diverse and inclusive community and recognizes that our collective strength is enriched by honoring and learning from these histories, traditions, identities, and lived experience of all people. Now, therefore, be it resolved that I, Malia Herman, Deputy Mayor of the Township of Maplewood, on behalf of Vic DeLuca, Mayor of the Township of Maplewood, and the rest of the Township Committee, do hereby proclaim May 2026 as Jewish American Heritage Month in the Township of Maplewood, and encourage all residents to recognize, celebrate, and learn from the invaluable contributions of Jewish Americans while reaffirming our shared commitment to diversity, inclusion, civic unity, and respect for all. And a little bit later, I'll share with you some of the events that we have planned for Jewish American Heritage Month this year. I'm really excited. We have 3 of them, so stay tuned for my report.
Thank you. Okay, now we're going to move to the item number 6 on the agenda, appointment of a police chief.
Yes, Mayor, I have a resolution to read in full. Resolution number 197-26 is a resolution appointing Nahima Malloy, Chief of the Maplewood Police Department. Whereas the position of Chief of the Maplewood Police Department will become vacant as of August 1st, 2026, and whereas Nahima Malloy has long served the Maplewood Police Department with distinction, whereas Nahima Malloy has most recently served as the Deputy Chief of the Maplewood Police Department and possesses the experience, leadership, and qualifications necessary to assume the duties of Chief of the Maplewood Police Department. And whereas the Business Administrator and Township Labor Council have recommended that the Township Committee also authorize the execution of an employment agreement as referenced herein and on file with the Business Administrator. Now therefore be resolved by the Township Committee of the Township of Maplewood, County of Essex, State of New Jersey. The aforementioned recitals are hereby incorporated as set forth at length. Nahima Malloy is hereby appointed as Chief of the Maplewood Police Department, commencing on August 1, 2026. The Township Committee hereby authorizes the execution of an employment agreement with Nahima Malloy to serve as the Chief of Police, effective from August 1st, 2026 through December 31st, 2028. Such agreement shall be in the form on file with the Business Administrator, together with any such modification that may be necessary or desirable to the Township in consultation with Labor Council. The Mayor and Business Administrator are hereby authorized to execute the employment agreement. All actions taken to date are hereby ratified and reconfirmed. This resolution shall take effect immediately.
Thank you. So before I move it, I just want to say how happy I am. It was in 2006 that I first met Deputy Chief Malloy. She and Connie Fields came to us from as Irvington police officers and said to us that they would like to come to Maplewood. And we said, why? And they said, we want to serve the community. We want to be partners with the community. And we think that we can do that better and have more opportunities to do that in Maplewood. And we said, well, we're looking for police officers that want to be partners with the community, and understand what that means in community policing and everything. So we were very happy. We were also very happy because we were trying to diversify our police force by bringing on more women and officers of color, and that was important to us then and still is now. And I've personally had the opportunity to vote on your appointment, on you becoming sergeant, lieutenant, captain, and deputy chief, and now chief. So I am very happy to move the resolution.
Me too. It's about time there's a woman chief. Just saying.
Does anyone else want to say anything before I second? I second this motion, and I just want to say, thank you to Chief Sally for dedicating 25 years of service to the Maplewood Police Department, and we wish you well on your retirement. And I want to say a warm welcome to Deputy Chief Malloy, soon to be Chief Malloy. We are so excited to have you as the first woman to lead the Maplewood Police Department. You bring a strong record of leadership, professionalism, and commitment to public service. And you have an incredible vision for the department, for community-centered policing that is going to be a really amazing guide for the future of the department. So I'm very excited to offer my second.
Anyone else?
Just want to say congratulations from one woman to the next woman, and from one black woman to the next black woman.
All right.
Congratulations. And
I love that.
I'm so proud that your children are here to see this today, and your family. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Please call the roll.
Ms. Adams?
Yes.
Ms. Collins Golding?
Yes.
Mr. Daffis?
Yes.
Ms. Herman?
Yes.
Mayor DeLuca?
Yes, congratulations. Would you like to say anything?
You
Yes.
wait till July 21st. Why is this so awkward?
Then we're going to take a couple pictures after. We love photos here.
First, I would like to thank my family for always coming through to support me. I'd like to thank the business administrator, the assistant. I have enjoyed working with you. Liz, we've done this a lot of times, and I enjoyed every single time.
Can't wait till the next time.
I'd like to thank all the members of the Township Committee. I'd like to, express my gratitude for your confidence and your ability to see my vision for the future. I'd like to thank the members of the PBA for coming to support me. I look forward to many years of successfully working together to resolve everything that needs to be resolved. And I'd like to thank Chief Sally for your leadership and your guidance. And I look forward to, making this official. And I am very much fired up and ready to go.
Okay. And you know what? I think you were absolutely right. Let's give a thank you round of applause for Al Sally.
Yes.
There you go. That's the most expressive I've ever seen you.
I know.
So, you know, you're still chief for a couple of months, so don't forget that. All right, we are going to now move to public comment. Is there anyone who would like to speak on an agenda item only? Is there anyone in the room who would like to speak on an agenda item? Would you please check online?
If any members of the public joining on Zoom would like to speak on agenda items, please raise your hand. I see no hands, Mayor.
Thank you. Okay, we'll then now move to our budget hearing. I don't think we have to call the roll, so you're number 3 here. This is the time for the public hearing.
Mayor, this is the time for the public hearing on the municipal budget amendment for 2026. The amendment was advertised as required together with notice of hearing for this time. A printed copy has been made available to the public. A supply is here for anyone desiring a copy.
Okay, if you'd like to get a copy, feel free to come on up. And then we're going to open the hearing. So anyone who would like to speak, just come on up here and introduce yourself. And then if you have any comments or questions on the budget, we will address those. If we can't get to them tonight, we will have our administrator get to them at a future time. So with that, I now declare open the public hearing on the municipal budget amendment for 2026. Is there anyone here who would like to speak on the budget? Seeing no one, is there anyone online?
If anyone joining on Zoom would like to speak on this amendment, please raise your hand. I see no hands, Mayor.
Thank you. Committeewoman Collins Colding, would you move to close the hearing?
Absolutely, Mayor. Chair, I move for the adoption of this resolution number 187-26.
Okay, you're a little ahead. Let's just first
Yeah,
do it.
sorry. Move the-
Move to close the hearing first. And Ms. Adams, would
I
you second it? Okay, thank you. Please call the roll on closing the hearing.
Ms. Adams?
Yes.
Ms. Collins Colding?
Yes.
Mr. Daffis?
Yes.
Herman?
Yes.
Mayor DeLuca?
Yes, thank you. And we have the resolution, and I'm going to ask the clerk if she would read the resolution in full.
This is an easy one.
This is a lot shorter than last week, or 2 weeks ago.
And I have to say that my deputy enlarged the print for me. So, look at this.
Very good.
Much better.
Okay, resolution number 187-26, budget amendment CY 2026, whereas the local municipal budget for the calendar year 2026 was introduced on April 7th, 2026, and whereas the public hearing on said budget was held on May 5th as advertised, and whereas Maplewood Township desires to amend said budget. Now therefore be resolved by the Township Committee, Township Maplewood, that the attached amendments to the introduced budget of calendar year 2026 be made. Be it further resolved that 2 certified copies of this resolution be filed with the Office of the Director of Local Government Services. So, as we did at the last meeting, I'm going to give you the from total number, and then we'll go into the to total number. So general revenues, miscellaneous revenues, section F, special items of general revenue, anticipated with prior written consent of the Director of Local Government Services, public and private revenues offset with appropriations, National Opioid Settlement Fund from $30,463 even, and the two numbers $19,645 even. NJDEP Roosevelt Park Intensive Level Architectural Survey from $0 to $40,000 even. Total of Section F, special items of general revenue anticipated with prior written consent of the Director of Local Government Services, offset with appropriations. The from number is $288,065 even. The to number is $277,247 even. Subtotal general revenues from the number is $19,391,040 even. To number is $19,420,222 even. Total general revenues. The from number is $63,361,983 to $63,391,165 even. Okay, total general appropriations for municipal purposes within caps. The from number is $34,636,913 even, and the to number is $34,657,731 even. I'm on the next page. Public and private programs offset by revenues. National Opioid Settlement Fund. The from number is $30,463 even. To number is $19,645,000 even. Roselle Park Architectural Survey, $0 to $40,000 even. Total public and private programs offset by revenues, $288,065 even, and to the to number of $317,247 even. Total appropriations excluded from caps. The from number is $17,655,901 even, and the to number is $17,685,083 even. The detail, salary and wages, $4,310,810 even. To the to number, $4,310,810 even. Other expenses, $13,345,091 even. The to number is $13,374,273 even. Total general appropriations for municipal purposes excluded from caps. The from number is $27,015,070 even. To the to number is $27,044,252 even. Total general appropriations excluded from caps. The from number is $27,015,070 even. And the to number is $27,044,252 even. Subtotal general appropriations, the from number is $61,661,983 even, and the to number is $61,691,165 even. Total general appropriations. The from number is $63,361,983 even. The to number becomes $63,391,165 even. Be it further resolved that these amendments, in accordance with the provisions of NJSA 40A4-9, be published on the municipal website, which is an official website of the Township of Maplewood, and that said publication contain notice that the hearing on the attached amendment shall be held on June 3rd at Town Hall, 574 Valley Street, Maplewood, New Jersey, in the municipal building at 7:30 p.m. Be it further resolved that pursuant to NJSA 48:4-9, these amendments shall not be effective until after the public hearing thereon.
Okay, Committeewoman Collins Colding, can you move resolution number 18726?
Yes, I could. Chair, I move for the adoption of this resolution number 187-26.
Ms. Adams,
Second.
please call the roll.
Ms. Adams?
Yes.
Ms. Collins Golding?
Yes.
Mr. Daffis?
Yes.
Herman?
Yes.
Mayor DeLuca?
Yes, and Committeewoman Collins Colding, would you move the adoption of the budget be postponed pending the hearing on the additional amendment? You can just say yes.
Yes.
And
I
Ms.
second it.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to postpone the adoption of the budget until our hearing, which should be on June, what did you say, 3rd?
Wednesday,
June 3rd.
June 3rd.
Yeah, Wednesday, June 3rd, due to the election. Please call the roll.
Ms. Adams?
Yes.
Ms. Collins Golding?
Yes.
Mr. Daffis?
Yes.
Herman?
Yes.
Mayor DeLuca?
Yes, thank you. Okay, we made it through the budget. One more meeting. Okay, we have item number 10.
Yes, Mayor. I would first explain that coming up on items 10 and 11 would be introduction of the municipal budget, of the budget for the Springfield Avenue Maplewood Partnership and Maplewood Village Alliance. This is customary. We do this every year. And the budgets of both will be advertised according to law and also sent to every property owner, indicating that we will have an in-person hearing at our Township Committee meeting, the second meeting in June 16th.
Okay,
So the first one will be resolution introduction of the 2026 SID Springfield Avenue Partnership budget. Just move it.
Chair, I move for the adoption of this resolution 158-26 for the first one.
I second.
please call the roll.
Ms. Adams?
Yes.
Ms. Collins Golding?
Yes.
Mr. Daffis?
Yes.
Herman?
Yes.
Mayor DeLuca?
Yes,
Next, Mayor, is Resolution 157-26, which is introduction of the 2026 SID Maplewood Village Alliance budget.
I move this resolution number 157-26.
I second that.
please call the roll.
Ms. Adams?
Yes.
Ms. Collins Golding?
Yes.
Mr. Daffis?
Yes.
Ms. Herman?
Yes.
Mayor DeLuca?
Yes, thank you. Now we'll go on to our ordinances on final passage.
Yes, Mayor. Item 12A, ordinance number 3199-26 is an ordinance amending Chapter 123 fees of the Township Code to revise certain sewer charges and Chapter 223 sewers to extend sewer payment dates in certain circumstances. This ordinance will amend certain sewer charges and extend the due date for sewer payments in certain circumstances.
This ordinance has been published on the Township website, copies posted on the bulletin board in the municipal building, and copies made available to the general public in accordance with the law. Is there anyone who would like to speak on this ordinance which deals with sewer payments? Seeing no one, please check online.
If anyone on Zoom would like to speak on this ordinance, please raise your hand. I see no hands, Mayor.
Committeewoman Adams?
I move this ordinance be adopted as a whole, and the clerk be directed to post the same as a passed ordinance on the Township's website and the Town Hall Bulletin Board according to law.
I second the motion.
Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Ms. Adams?
Yes.
Ms. Collins Golding?
Yes.
Mr. Daffis?
Yes.
Herman?
Yes.
Mayor DeLuca?
Yes.
Next, also on final, ordinance number 4000-26 An ordinance opting into the Garden State C-PACE program to facilitate the financing of C-PACE projects. This ordinance authorizes the Township of Maplewood to opt into the Garden State C-PACE program, enabling eligible commercial and certain other properties to obtain direct financing for clean energy and resiliency improvements through a voluntary special assessment mechanism administered in coordination with the New Jersey Economic Development Authority.
And am I right that this is the 4,000th ordinance of the Township of Maplewood's, in Township of Maplewood's history?
Pretty scary, huh?
This marks 4,000?
Right here, this item number 12B is the 4,000th.
I'm going to mark that in my agenda.
I'm surprised there isn't more. It's that low.
There were 3,000.
It seems like a lot.
Sounds like a lot, yeah.
You know? Okay, this ordinance has been published
Still
on
gotta
the
get to
Township
work.
website. Copies posted on one of the many bulletin boards now
Oh, my God.
in the municipal building, and copies made available to the general public in accordance with the law. Is there anyone who would like to speak on this very auspicious ordinance, number 4,000? And this is about the Garden State C-PACE program. Seeing no one, is there anyone online?
If anyone on Zoom would like to speak on this ordinance, please raise your hand. I see no hands, Mayor.
Okay. Committee
Mayor,
members?
I move the passage of this 4,000th ordinance on first reading and its publication according to law on the Township's website and Town Hall Bulletin Board, and a hearing to be held on, when is this?
No, we're on
This is
second.
the final passage.
Oh, yeah, we're on final passage, sorry. Yeah, I move this ordinance to be adopted as a whole, and the clerk be directed to post the same as a passed ordinance on the Township's website and Town Hall Bulletin Board according to law. My apologies.
Second.
Please call the roll.
Ms. Adams?
Yes.
Ms. Collins Golding?
Yes.
Mr. Daffis?
Yes.
Herman?
Yes.
Mayor DeLuca?
Yes, thank you.
So next, Mayor, is ordinance 4001-26. An ordinance amending Chapter 123 fees of the Township Code to revise certain construction fees. This ordinance will revise certain construction fees.
This ordinance has been published on the Township website, copies posted on the bulletin board in the municipal building, and copies made available to the general public in accordance with the law. Is there anyone who would like to speak on this ordinance? Seeing no one, is there anyone online?
If anyone joining on Zoom would like to speak on this ordinance, please raise your hand. I see no hands, Mayor.
Thank you. Can we get
Yes.
move?
Yes, Mayor, I move this ordinance be adopted as a whole, and the clerk be directed to post the same as a passed ordinance on the Township's website and Town Hall Bulletin Board according to law.
Second.
Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Ms. Adams?
Yes.
Ms. Collins Golding?
Yes.
Mr. Daffis?
Yes.
Herman?
Yes.
Mayor DeLuca?
Yes.
Next, also on final, ordinance number 402-26 is an ordinance amending Chapter 209, rental properties of the Township Code to revise certain rental registration fees. This ordinance will revise the missed appointment fee with respect to rental registrations.
This ordinance has been published on the Township website, copies posted on the bulletin board in the municipal building, and copies made available to the general public in accordance with the law. Is there anyone who would like to speak on this ordinance in the room? Seeing no one, please check online.
If anyone on Zoom would like to speak on this ordinance, please raise your hand. I see no hands, Mayor.
Okay. Can we get
A motion.
motion?
I move this ordinance be adopted as a whole, and the clerk be directed to post the same as a passed ordinance on the Township's website and Town Hall Bulletin Board according to law.
Second.
Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Ms. Adams? Ms. Collins Golding?
Yes.
Mr. Daffis?
Yes.
Herman?
Yes.
Mayor DeLuca?
Yes.
Next, we have ordinance number 4003-26, is an ordinance amending Chapter 123 fees of the Township Code to revise certain fire prevention fees.
This ordinance, oh, go ahead.
This ordinance will revise certain fire prevention fees.
This ordinance has been published on the township website, copies posted on the bulletin board in the municipal building, and copies made available to the general public in accordance with the law. Is there anyone who would like to speak on this ordinance? Seeing no one in the room, is there anyone online?
If anyone on Zoom would like to speak on this ordinance, please raise your hand. I see no hands.
Can we get a motion?
I move this ordinance be adopted as a whole, and the clerk be directed to post the same as passed ordinance on the township's website and the town hall bulletin board according to the law.
Second.
Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Ms. Adams?
Yes.
Ms. Collins Colding?
Yes.
Mr. Daffis?
Yes.
Ms. Herman?
Yes.
Mayor DeLuca?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, also on final, Mayor, ordinance number 4004-26. Ordinance amending section 271-71 of the Maplewood Zoning and Development Regulations entitled Development Fees, revising application fees and required escrow deposits under certain circumstances. This ordinance will revise certain fees and escrow deposits to be paid in connection with an application for development.
This ordinance has been published, copies posted on the bulletin board. It's been published on the township website, copies posted on the bulletin board in the municipal building, and copies made available to the general public in accordance with the law. Is there anyone who would like to speak on this ordinance? Seeing no one, please check online.
If anyone on Zoom would like to speak on this ordinance, please raise your hand. I see no hands, Mayor.
Okay, thank you. Can we get a motion, Mr. Daffis?
I move this ordinance be adopted as a whole, and the clerk be directed to post the same as a passed ordinance on the township's website and town hall bulletin board according to law.
Second.
Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Ms. Adams? Yes. Ms. Collins Colding?
Yes.
Mr. Daffis?
Yes.
Ms. Herman?
Yes.
Mayor DeLuca?
Yes.
And next, our final ordinance for tonight that is on final passage, 4005-26, is an ordinance to amend Chapter 257 of the Code of the Township of Maplewood entitled Vehicles and Traffic with respect to handicap parking. This ordinance amends Section 257-56 of the Township Code to remove a designated handicap parking space at 14 Hillcrest Road.
This ordinance has been published on the township website, copies posted on the bulletin board in the municipal building, and copies made available to the general public in accordance with the law. Is there anyone in the room who would like to speak on this ordinance? Seeing no one, please check online.
If anyone joining on Zoom would like to speak on this ordinance, please raise your hand. I see no hands, Mayor.
Thank you. Can we get a motion, Deputy Mayor?
I move the passage of this ordinance. Are we on first reading?
Second.
Sorry. I move this ordinance to be adopted as a whole, and the clerk be directed to post the same as a passed ordinance on the township's website and town hall bulletin board according to law.
Second.
Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Ms. Adams? Ms. Collins Colding? Mr. Daffis?
Yes.
Ms. Herman?
Yes.
Mayor DeLuca?
Yes. We have an introduction of an ordinance, and I'm going to ask Mr. Daffis and Deputy Mayor Herman to move it and second it.
An introduction of a new ordinance, ordinance number 4006-26, an ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 19 of the Code of the Township of Maplewood entitled Community Board on Police. This ordinance will amend and supplement Chapter 19 of the Township Code to clarify the membership of the Community Board on Police and provide further detail as to the membership and functions of the Civilian Review Board, which is a subcommittee thereof.
I move the passage of this ordinance on first reading and its publication according to law on the township's website and town hall bulletin board in a hearing to be held on June 3rd.
Second.
Please call the roll.
Ms. Adams?
Yes.
Ms. Collins Colding?
Yes.
Mr. Daffis?
Yes.
Thurman?
Yes.
Mayor DeLuca?
Yes, thank you. Okay, we'll go to administrative reports. Mr. Weary?
Thank you, Mayor. A few items tonight. First, with the budget hearing scheduled for June 3rd, the state gave us notification today that they have completed their review of our budget and have approved it for adoption. So we look forward to that on June 3rd. There are no other steps after the hearing and final adoption by the Township Committee, no other steps to complete that process. Second, there are 2 items on the agenda tonight related to the Hartfield Restoration Rehabilitation Project. So that is an award to Zenith Construction for the actual construction of the new field, and an award of a contract to VHB for construction services. So we are excited to schedule a kickoff with Zenith Construction and to get that project underway, and there will be many more updates for the Township Committee and for the public as we start that process. So we're excited about that. And the last is a request, Mayor. The court administrator contacted me this afternoon and asked that we remove Resolution 194-26, which was a resolution appointing a court violations clerk. So I asked that when we move on to the consent agenda, the Township Committee consider having the clerk remove, again, Resolution 194-26.
Great. Any questions for Mr. Weary? So, Mr. Weary, I know we, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, go ahead.
I know we sent out information on New Jersey American Water. Can you just give a quick synopsis of where we are right now?
Sure. So overall, where New Jersey American Water is, they've completed about 80% of the total project. So that the project includes the replacement of lead and galvanized pipes between the main and the curb, and the installation of water meter pits between the curb and the sidewalk. So again, about 80% of the way done with the total project. They're moving along with the service line replacements. Where they have hit slowdowns is on the restoration of residents' sidewalks and their, usually it's like their lawn, sometimes it's their driveway. The process generally is that when they replace a service line or install a meter pit, there's a disturbance of soil there. They'll replace the soil. It'll be a temporary restoration. Usually, if it's sidewalk, that means it's blacktop instead of concrete. If it is an area that was formerly grass or landscaping, they usually put down like a QP, crushed stone. While that settles, settlement takes about 90 days, and then New Jersey American Water and their subcontractor Montana comes back, removes either the blacktop or the gravel, and they replace it with a permanent restoration, which is concrete or soil and seed. That process, especially on the full restoration with soil and seed, is very, very delayed. They, again, look for a 90-day timeline on this, and they have some restorations that are still listed to be complete from last year. And so the township, through our engineer and in conversations with myself, we've met with New Jersey American Water and their subcontractors. We've let them know the difficulties that our residents are facing and what they're expressing to us. We've asked them to add additional crews, which they have. They previously had 1 crew. Now they'll be up to at least 2, and on days 3 crews to try to catch up with that work. They expect to catch up at least in the 90-day time frame by the end of June. So we gave all that information out to residents. We also gave contact information for Montana Construction and for our township engineer. Any resident with questions about their restoration, concerns about their restoration, are encouraged to reach out to definitely Montana, can be also our township engineer, and give us information on that, and we can try to get a response from Montana on timelines or to resolve any issues that arise. And at least when it goes from residents, either through our engineer or directly to Montana, they have been responsive, but we need to continue to keep on top of them, and we will. So that's everything kind of behind the curb. In the roadway, they also do a temporary restoration in the roadway, and they will be coming through to do restoration in the roadway. That could look like a few things. If it is a long roadway and it's in relatively good shape, and they've only opened the roadway in 1 or 2 places to replace the service line, they may come in and just do a permanent patch of the area that they excavated. If it's a block where they've replaced 6 or 8 service lines, they'll likely come in and do curb-to-curb repavement there. And so our township engineer, in coordination with our subcontractor and New Jersey American Water, are reviewing all of those roadways to determine what type of repair should be made. We are eager to get those repairs underway. New Jersey American Water is committed to starting the first of those. It'll be done in phases, but the first of those phases within the next 2 months. And so we are looking forward to starting that work. The township also has our own road repavement program, which we'll do late summer, early fall, and we'll release a more definitive timeline as we get closer to that project.
Can I add something?
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to add that when we met with New Jersey American, I would thank Patrick Weary and our engineer Paul Kittner on really advocating for the township's residents in getting them to perform up to our standards, honestly, and also to encourage better communication when they do something in front of a resident's house, to be doing what we try to do when we plant street trees, for example, to let them know that they can be watering any seeding that's been done by their lawn and things like that. But so I can attest that the township is on it.
And I just ask, residents never hesitate to reach out to us. There are very real issues that are arising in the problem. We had a resident just yesterday or today whose driveway was ripped up and not restored, and they didn't have access. But they communicated with us early, and at least we were able to resolve it in a shorter time frame than it otherwise may have been. But I continue to encourage residents to never hesitate in reaching out to us, Montana, and our township engineer.
It's quite amazing. They're racing around here with a cement truck.
Yeah.
Doing, with police, doing different plots, and then going to the next one. So they are, our pressure on them is having some results. Okay, I believe, Mr. Daffis, you had a question?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Is there an update on the SCFD mobility rescue plan?
Yes, there is. So I spoke with the South Essex Fire Department. They do track any individual who has mobility issues and would like to notify them, so that if there is a call to that residence, that the fire department knows. How that works is you notify South Essex Fire Department, they notify our central dispatch, and that way when central dispatch dispatches to the location, when they pull the location up in their system, they have a note there that says that there's a resident with mobility issues, and they will relay that to whoever the call is going out to. Typically it's us, but it could also be mutual aid or other departments, and so the best thing is for that dispatch center to have that information. There's not a standard form right now, so it's just any individual telling SCFD and SCFD relaying that. I spoke with the management committee, and this will be discussed at the SCFD management committee. There will be a suggestion to put together some standardized form, and when that is together, we can do outreach to residents to let them know what that process looks like and maybe get more people engaged in that. But there is a process set up for that, and even now, if you have mobility issues, you don't need to wait for us to get a form. You can contact anybody in South Orange administration, myself, or direct to South Essex Fire Department, and we'll make sure that information gets relayed to central dispatch. So that is on the mobility issue question. There was also questions on what happens when there are false alarm call-outs and how that process works. We discussed that with our Director of Community Development and interim fire official. They're working with their counterparts in South Orange to make sure that we have similar processes. We've also pulled information from our court system on how many fines are issued and all of that information. So we're working through that process to get, we understand it, but just to see exactly what those numbers look like and how they compare with South Orange, and make sure that South Essex understands that as well.
Appreciate the follow-up. So I have 2 follow-up questions. I can assure you the process that you just laid out doesn't work. I know of at least 2 individuals who live in the Gaslight Commons, which inspired this inquiry, who have mobility issues, who have previously directly emailed SEFD to put themselves on this dispatch notice. And on more than one occasion, actually on multiple occasions, because things always happen, right? Once or twice, but on multiple repeated occasions, both of these individuals were left stranded in the hallway.
So that should not happen. And if you give me information after this, we can work with SEFD to understand the particulars of the situation and why there was a shortcoming there.
Yeah, I mean, I think through our website that we have now, through GovPilot, we can prepare a very easy, simply Gov form that people can fill out, which would also allow us to track that on the back end. I mean, it's simple technology that's available through our website, and that could be a recommendation to the management committee when you next discuss this. My second follow-up is, and again, I'm not interested in going after this particular property, but do we have a sense of the volume of false alarms there? And do we have a follow-up about this management's plan to rectify the fire alarm situation on their property?
Anything for Gaslight Commons would go through the South Orange Fire Prevention Bureau, and any coordination then would go through the SEFD Management Committee. So nothing that specifically Maplewood would manage, but we have relayed concerns specific to that location. They have already been discussed with the SEFD Management Committee, so I expect that conversation will continue to take place until it's fully resolved. But it's not something that, from administration at least, the township is pushing forward. But it is, through our representatives on the Management Committee, that is being addressed with SEFD.
Okay.
And you, if you have more specific locations in that development, and you want to relay those to me, we can pull maybe some finer detail to really understand what's going on.
Yeah, no, I do not. I just know that residents reach out and they say that there are false alarms all the time here. What's going on with this property? Why are they being fined? What can the townships do? You know, so on and so forth. So, okay, thank you.
Mr. Weary, I just wanted to ask also, as you're looking at this, I guess, form for individuals to fill out for the fire department, I want to point out that the police department has a special needs registry, and I would like to discuss ways that we can coordinate these two, because it would be kind of a lot for people to have to register with both the police department and also the fire department. Like, can we, you know, find a way to coordinate between both of them this would be for people with mobility issues, elderly, you know, disabilities, you know, to make sure that all of our first responders are aware.
Yeah, we can coordinate that. And as we set up an intake form, we can look to make sure that that form is common and that information is relayed both to police and fire.
And I don't know if, you know, South Essex Fire Department is 2 towns. I don't know if South Orange Police Department has something, but we should find that out, you know, and coordinate.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Credidio.
No report, Mayor.
That's what you think. So I want to get with you to talk about the World Cup for 2 reasons. One, I want to adopt the ordinance that we passed adopt the resolution that we passed the ordinance for to allow for public consumption. The second thing is that the governor announced some lifting of ABC regulations specifically for the World Cup. So if you could check that out so we could have that conversation too, because it really affects us on the June 25th plan that we have for Maplewood Village. And just so, again, I'll announce publicly, we plan to close Maplewood Avenue from Baker Street to Inwood, and have that open, including Highland, open up until the parking lot as a place for gathering to watch the World Cup, to celebrate your teams. Whatever you want to do, we will be there that evening, and that will happen after we do a family movie in the park. So that's all going to happen on June 25th. So we'll get together and make sure that we have whatever we need to adopt on the agenda for next meeting. Second is, I want to let everyone know that Deputy Mayor Herman and I met with Ms. Credidio, go over the e-bike law, the state law, and it is clear to us that e-bikes, whatever classification, should not be riding on any Maplewood sidewalks. So we're going to get that information out, and we also will be, the Springfield Avenue Partnership has some funding available to do some signs for up there for their bike, for their sidewalks. So I don't know if the Alliance does or not, but we want to get the message out that you're not allowed to ride e-bikes of any speed on our sidewalks. And it is a Title 39 violation, which is a state law on moving violations. So there is no ordinance or no prohibition of riding a regular bike on any municipal sidewalk. But an e-bike would be prohibited on any sidewalk. So we just wanted to get that clear.
So, Mayor, since you brought it up here with all of us, is there any formal action you wish to engage us in, as this is a standing item in the Code Committee agenda?
Yeah, I don't think we have to do anything other than we're going to inform the police so that they're very aware of what the section in the state law is, and then we just have to get some signs up.
Okay.
Does that include scooters as well? Or just
Yes.
like scooters?
Any electric propelled. Yes. Yes. And I think, to just be totally clear about this, a lot of people riding e-bikes on our sidewalks are delivery people. So we don't want to be punitive because these delivery folks are working on small margins to begin with.
Yes.
But we do want to make sure that we're clear about that there's got to be some safety on our sidewalks, and we've had instances when it was not with an e-bike. So we're going to move them to other streets, or if they have to, on Springfield Avenue or Maplewood Avenue or Irvington Avenue, but they can't be on the sidewalks. So we will do that as we move forward. Anything else for Ms. Credidio? You see, you had nothing, but you have work now. Okay, thank you. Ms. Fritzen?
Yeah, a couple of things. So, I guess in the order of things that are going to occur, the clerk's office has been working on Memorial Day, the parade, and the ceremony back at Town Hall. And I'm pleased to say everything has fallen into place. And we have quite a number of groups and organizations that have already signed on to be participants in the parade. And I thank Mayor DeLuca for working with the Deputy Township Clerk and I on the entire event. But we have a ceremony also planned. We had an event planning meeting. I think everything will work out great. So we also have a primary election coming up on June 2nd, and I want to remind the Township Committee that our meeting will be moved to Wednesday, June 3rd. The primary election, everything is posted up on the website. As far as early voting locations, we don't have any in Maplewood, but you can early vote from May 26th to the 31st, Monday to Saturday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Sunday, 10 a.m. to 6. And the 7 locations are up on the Township website. Last day for mail-in ballot is May 26th. And again, everything's been posted up. So if you have a question, you can certainly call the Township Clerk's office. We'd be happy to give you the information. And my final item is that I anticipate having a person-to-person liquor license transfer at the next meeting. Just should have everything in order by then. And we will have a hearing here at the conclusion of our Wednesday, June 3rd meeting. And it's a restaurant that has sold their license, they're in the process, and it's necessary for us to have a hearing. And many of you have maybe not been involved in being part of the local ABC to make a transfer and have the hearing, but I will prep you all in advance. If you have any questions, let me know. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So you teased us with the liquor, you know, the person to person, so we'll have to,
Tell you if you like.
why don't you just say, because people are curious.
Pickets.
Okay. And the person to person could just mean that there could be some ownership theirs, they're just changing, whatever.
Well, Pickett's is staying, and from what I understand, the name is staying as well. They're going to be different owners.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Great. Thank you. Reports from elected officials. Committeeman Daffis.
Thank you, Mayor. You already put out there to Township Attorney Credidio the issue of the alcohol sales restrictions being lifted by Governor Sherrill for the 39 days of the FIFA Championship. That means that our bars and establishments will be allowed to serve alcohol as early as first thing in the morning during a game, if a match is playing then, or very late at night beyond our current hours and restrictions. So we have to look at that. I want to talk about ICE. So earlier today, ICE was in our community again. This is the third time this month. Fourth time this month. One individual was arrested this afternoon. Of course, PD got no notification about this beforehand, as we usually do not. But we were notified after the fact. And I was notified through our very active local fast response, rapid response community action group. And these are just local volunteers who care, neighbors who care what's happening to their neighbors. In this instance, the gentleman was taken away and they left his car behind. So it is really imperative that we meet the moment. I've talked about this many times before, and that we finally get out there to the community what we intend to do, what we can do to be as responsive to this moment as we can be, to protect our residents as much as we can, and to not make promises we can't deliver, but to do what we can that provides some sort of meaningful action and engagement on this issue. And you know, these specific scenarios give us an idea of what that could look like. So listen to me. This is important. So this gentleman was arrested and his car was left behind. That car is going to get ticketed. Who is he? Where does he live? Well, one of our residents reached out to PD, Maplewood PD, who has been a willing, supporting partner in our efforts to do what we can here on this issue. They reached out to Maplewood PD and they said, you know, can we trace this license plate? They said, why? They said, we just want to connect with the family and offer support in any way that we can. We want to get the vehicle back to them. And guess what? We were able to do that. We were able to find out where this car is registered, nearby municipality, and make connections to the family to retrieve the vehicle. What else could we have done in that instance? We could have also connected, especially if it was here in Maplewood, we could have connected our social services team, our crisis intervention team, to connect with the family to say, hey, I know you just lost your husband, your father. Can we offer support? How can we help? These are meaningful actions that we can take. This is not just a philosophical thing. This is not superlative or superficial or performative. We can do meaningful things. We just have to get it on paper. We have to get it out there, and we have to have town halls about it to inform the community and build trust and unity on this issue. And I hope that I continue to have everyone's support on this. And there are a couple local advocates here, in particular from Soma Action, but there are a lot of groups working on this issue. And again, these are just neighbors who care about their neighbors, as we all should care about our neighbors. All right, now let's talk about some fun stuff. Yesterday, our food shed, our new and improved food shed that is now at 129 Boyden Avenue, our new health department there, served 30 individuals experiencing food insecurity successfully. All 30 received a bag of nutritional food, right? Safely, equitably, no questions asked. Unlike their experience, for instance, on Springfield Avenue at the first version of our food shed. And they also received necessary information about other supports that matter to them, including housing support, utility assistance, ID. A couple of individuals need help with ID for employment. One individual needed help with transportation. So this is a really more comprehensive model that fights food insecurity and sustains people in other ways. And we ask those out there who have some concerns about doing it the way that we're doing it now to be patient and to work with us. Let's see how we can do with these limited hours currently on Mondays between 3 and 6, and on, oh my God, I'm getting old, I can't see anything. Mondays between 3 and 6, and Thursdays between 1 and 4. And we may expand hours, let's see how it goes. But this really is a more comprehensive, better practice in serving people in crisis. So thank you for that. And then last but not least, can you help me with a little assistance, Administrator Wary? I want to show you all that Pride is ready. We are ready to show our joy. We are ready to celebrate the LGBTQ community. We are ready to stand together. This is our flyer that we're passing out there. We're going to start with a proclamation here through at our next meeting on marking Pride on June 3rd. The following night, we'll have a flag raising ceremony outside on the 4th. Lavender graduation is at CHS, as we do every year, on the 5th. Lavender ball later that night. And then we have the Youth Pride Picnic on Sunday over at the gazebo for all of our youth to have some ice cream and pizza and fun and gather together in a safe and fun manner. And of course, our North Jersey Pride is on Sunday. North Jersey Pride is on Sunday, June 14th. There it is. And you can find all of this on our website, outinmapso.org. And there's plenty of other things that are being added every single day. So it's going to be a fun celebration all month of June. That's my report.
Thank you. Deputy Mayor Herman?
Thank you. Wow, that does sound like a lot of fun. We've got so many events coming up, and that's really exciting. So I mentioned earlier when I read the proclamation for the Jewish American Heritage Month that we have 3 events this year to commemorate that. And if you received our newsletter, then this is in the newsletter. In fact, a lot of the things that I'm talking about are in our newsletter. So if you're not getting it, go to our website and sign up, because you'll get this really important information. It's every other week. So at the weeks that we don't have the township meetings is when you get the newsletter. So Shalom Festival is on Sunday, May 24th from 12:30 to 3:30. It is at the Woodland. It'll be a vibrant, family-friendly celebration featuring live music, dancing. There's a potluck of food so it'll be really yummy. Face painting, there'll be a book table with some book recommendations from that our library put together. And so that'll be really great. And then later that same week, there is so we've partnered with South Orange, and South Orange is doing a free film screening of a movie called I Will Build This World from Love. That will be on Wednesday, May 27th at 6:30 p.m. at Box Office Cinemas in South Orange. It's an inspiring documentary on interfaith collaboration and human connection, followed by a live Q&A with special guests. We then have an author talk. This is on Thursday, May 28th at 12 p.m., so it's a lunchtime event. It's an author talk on the book called Hidden Lives. It's in the Senior Lounge at the Baird Community Center in South Orange. Author Rochelle Goldstein will share powerful true stories of child survivors of the Holocaust, voices of courage, resilience, and remembrance. So those 3 events are coming up. And then also that same week, the following day, on Friday, May 29th at 11 a.m., so another lunchtime event, we're calling all 65 and old, so all homeowners and renters who are age 65 and older, join Assemblyman Chigozie Enema at the Maplewood Senior Center, that's at 106 Burnett Avenue, for a property tax relief presentation. This is where you can learn about Stay New Jersey, Senior Freeze, Anchor, PAS1. There's a lot of property tax relief that can be is available to seniors. And we've worked with the Assemblyman to put this together, and it's also going to include somebody from the Treasury to help explain. So this is a really good event. It is free, but you do have to register for your spot. So that's in the newsletter and also on I think it's on our website. We'll make sure. A lot of these things are coming up. So that's on the 29th. My gosh, it's a busy week. Okay, so flip back to Thursday the 28th. In the evening, we have an e-bike law update and training program that our police department is putting together. E-bike laws have changed, and Maplewood Police Department is doing a live online presentation on Thursday, May 28th from 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. To go over the new laws, their impact on adult and teen riders, training lessons, and safety resources. So this is in conjunction with, I believe it's with Easy Ride. They're going to be presenting, no, it's New Jersey Bike and Walk Coalition, that's it, and our police department. So they'll be presenting that on Thursday, May 28th. Scrolling through, and then, oh, that's it, on Friday, June 5th, please join us for our Wear Orange National Gun Violence Awareness Day. So on Friday, June 5th, this is Wear Orange weekend. It's the first weekend in June every year, and together, everyone across the country gets together and wears orange to remember the lives stolen or impacted by gun violence and discuss actionable steps that we can take to make a difference. The reason it's orange is because there was a young woman who marched in President Obama's inaugural parade, and shortly after that, she went home and she was a victim of gun violence. She was killed, and orange is her favorite color. And orange is also what hunters wear. So it's a significant color, and that's why we wear orange. And this year, the theme is Beyond Awareness, Take Action. So we invite everybody to come and join us on Friday, June 5th at 4:30. We'll be on the steps of Town Hall, and we'll be, take action. And, especially in light of the shooting that just occurred, I wish that every time we did wear orange, we didn't have to look back and say the shooting that just occurred, but it's happening way too often. Enough is enough. We need to come together and stand up for gun safety. So mark your calendar, and you can note that it's at 4:30. We're going to keep it to an hour, 4:30 to 5:30, so that right after that, we can then go to the Lavender graduation. So we'll do something serious, and then we'll go enjoy, celebrate our youth at Lavender graduation. And don't think I forgot about it, because my last announcement is,
The pool.
4 days, y'all. That's right. The Maplewood Community Pool opens in 4 days.
I feel like we should have a countdown here.
I
like
know,
4,
I know.
3,
This Saturday,
2.
May 23rd, the pool opens at 12 noon. It'll be open from noon until 6 p.m. on Saturday, same hours on Sunday and on Monday, because it's a holiday weekend. So we have, we just did, the pool committee did a walkthrough at the pool last night, and I think everybody's going to be really, really happy with some of the upgrades we have. We've got a row of brand new, beautiful blue chairs. They're gorgeous. It's a brand new row of chairs. We've got brand new tables and umbrellas in the cafe section. And we've got a wonderful new speaker system. It's going to make it easier for kids and parents to hear when the next deep water test is taking place, as well as other important announcements. You'll also notice a row of newly planted skip laurel trees blocking the views on the street. Thank you to Committeewoman Adams for getting that improvement done. You'll also notice some paint around. There's a big cement box between the dive tank and the main pool, and we were getting complaints that people were walking into it and hurting their knees, and so we painted a strip around it to make sure everybody sees that. You know, we're doing all the little things to make it wonderful. We also have the new the beautiful teen hangout area. I'm not supposed to call it the teen area. It's the cool place, you know, the place that we're not talking about, where all the teens can go and not be with their parents. There's a volleyball court, cornhole, 2 picnic tables. So it's a really, you know, it's a little space for them. But don't forget to sign up for your pool pass. You have 2 weeks left to purchase your pass at our early bird rate. You can buy online or in person with a check if you want to save on the credit card fee. Remember, this is the lowest fee. If you get the early bird, it's the lowest fee since 2012. So prices are going up everywhere, not at our pool, because we want everyone to come. It's a community pool. We want the whole community there. And new this year, Maplewood residents who are volunteers on the South Orange Volunteer Squad get half off their pool memberships. This is a benefit that was previously accorded to our Maplewood Volunteer Squad, so we transferred that to the South Orange Rescue Squad as a thank you for their volunteer efforts. That's all I have. I will see you at the pool.
Thank you. Committeewoman Collins-Colding.
Let me just quickly say, on a sadder note, to our Muslim community, you are loved, you are valued, and you're not alone. We stand beside you in your grief, in solidarity, and in determination to ensure that hate will never define who you are. May the memories of those who were lost today be always with us. And I'm just going to give some quick announcements about our rec department and what we're doing this summer. We already know. We have a swim team. We would love for parents to sign the kids up. We have swim lessons open. We have our spring tennis starts on the week of May 23rd. We still have openings that where you can sign up. We have spots available for our summer camps. And we have tennis, basketball, reading, math, frisbee camps, and half-day offerings and maple craft and kids camp all day long. So please go on our website and register for some of those activities. And that's the end of my quick little spiel.
Okay, thank you. Committeewoman Adams.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Just a couple things. The next public meeting for input and to see the plans for Prospect Street improvements is Tuesday, May 26th on Zoom at 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. We've been working with the engineers to update the plans, taking some comments and some input from the public and seeing what we can and cannot do with regard to those comments. But everything is being taken seriously and being used in the plans as possible. So that's May 26th, that's Tuesday night from 7 to 9 on Zoom. And then on Sunday, I represented the township at a memorial service for longtime Maplewood employee Todd Lamb, who passed away in November. We dedicated a tree to him right by the Vietnam Memorial Park. The Conservancy was very involved in working with the family to make this. It was a beautiful ceremony. The family members, his 2 sons and his wife, spoke about him. I felt like I knew him way better than I knew him in life. He was well-loved, wonderful man, and we all relied on him for our tree canopy, for redoing our tree ordinance, for planning in a more thoughtful way for trees to maintain what we have and keep replenishing as we go. When you left the ceremony, you could take saplings of red oak saplings to plant on your property. So with the permission of the family, I took 8 of them to put 1 in each park in Maplewood in recognition of Todd's service and love for our trees. And we'll put 2 in Maplecrest Park on the north side. So DPW will be planting those probably this week. And also just there were bookmarks. I have a couple if anyone wants them that in his memory. And it was just a really lovely, lovely morning before Mayfest. So yeah, that's all I have.
Great, thank you. Just to follow up on the bike proposal, you know, what we did with the proposal for Parker is that we had a vote here at the Township Committee to move forward, and I anticipate we would do the same thing here. So everyone's going to have a say in the final design. We may not have a 5-0 vote. We may end up 4-1, 3-2, but everybody will be able to have a final say in the design. Okay?
So do you mean we'll like vote on different pieces of it as we go, or?
No,
Final.
no. We will hopefully, after Tuesday's meeting, engage in conversations, see where people are at, and if people have problems with a specific part of it, and see how we can make something work. At the end, there'll be a package, and we'll see. I mean, you know, it can always be changed. The package can always be changed, but I'm hoping that, and I believe when we talked to Mr. Kittner, we have until the second meeting in June to work this out. So I know he has some deadlines, but so we're going to try to work this out after the meeting on Tuesday to see where people are at and what are the things that have to be in there that they can give a little bit, and then we'll see if we can come back with a package.
Great, thank you.
Okay. The second thing I just want to say is I'm off to Atlantic City to the New Jersey Conference of Mayors annual meeting, and I look forward. The governor will be there tomorrow. I'll bring her all of our best wishes, and also have an opportunity to meet with some of her cabinet members. So that's it. And we go now move into our discussion item. We have Maplewood Village Alliance Design Standards Revisions. Committeeman Davis.
Thank you, Mayor, and be sure to congratulate Commissioner Suarez at DCA, who's getting a special award
Okay.
at the conference. Major award, actually, yeah. Okay, so the MVA board has voted to approve a updated version of the MVA's design standards. Not a lot of stuff here to talk about. I have forwarded the design standards previously, certainly in anticipation of our discussion this evening here, and before that, during code committee meetings where we discuss these. The updated standards really relate to a couple of things in particular. There's some minor revisions, but they mostly relate to the restrictions related to neon signs. Neon signs are the new way that businesses market themselves. They're here to stay, but there are ways to make them appropriate for Maplewood Village. The new design standards outline those details. The use of A-frames, we're seeing a lot of A-frames out there all over the place on top of each other. They fall down sometimes in inclement weather. People knock them over. Our sidewalks are already crowded. We also have outdoor sidewalk cafes and outdoor dining. So there's a lot of stuff going out there. It could be a challenge navigating the sidewalks of Maplewood Village. But the A-frame design standards kind of limit what kinds of frames can be used, focusing on uniformity, while still allowing businesses ample opportunity to market themselves, their products, and their hours of operation. Those are the two big areas. Like I said, there's some other minor revisions, but nothing too significant, and I'll take any questions that anyone may have.
Anybody have questions?
I have one question. This came up because I didn't even think about this earlier, but the design standards for the A-frames are for a wooden frame with chalk. Is there an exemption for the Township Committee? Because when we do our talk to the Township Committee, our A-frame is a plastic A-frame.
Yes, we may have to, when we're in Maplewood
Our
Village.
health department has them
Yes.
as well.
Yes.
So, you know.
Actually, there's not. We're not
Yes.
covered.
Yes,
We're not, municipals are not.
yeah, we're being funny, but yeah, we're not covered because it's
All right.
not a merchant.
Answers the question.
Yeah. Any questions about the design
I
standards?
think everybody's good moving forward with it?
Great.
Okay, next meeting.
Introduce them.
Okay. Can we get a motion on the consent agenda removing item 18Z?
Okay, we're removing 18Z, yes?
Correct, yes.
Okay, so then I will move the consent agenda items 18A through all the items
of
on the
them
consent
except that
agenda except 18Z.
Second.
Please call the roll.
Ms. Adams?
Yes.
Ms. Collins Colding?
Yes.
Mr. Daffis?
Yes.
Ms. Herman?
Yes.
Mayor DeLuca?
Yes. Okay, we're now going to move to the public comment on any agenda item. I'm sorry, any subject matter. We did the agenda item, so come on up.
Hello, my name is Susan Verchek, and I'm the co-chair of the Immigration Committee of SOMA Action. I'd first like to note that Maplewood early on was early in determining that we were a welcoming community a number of years ago. Very recently, last year, Cynthia Galeota and I met with Mayor Adams, then Mayor Adams, in the morning, and that night you passed a resolution in support of putting the Attorney General's Immigration Trust Act into, to support that with the legislature. Now the legislature finally acted. It did so in a much weakened version than what it had passed the mere month before, but it's better than nothing. But now, as you just spoke so eloquently, Mr. Daffis, now we really need to implement it and do what's really important. We look forward to helping you in any way we can. And just because there are only two of us here tonight, I know I speak on behalf of our committee, of SOMA Action, our immigrant allies, and my entire block of Bowdoin Street. We want to help you support this, and we look forward to that going forward. Thanks.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for your forceful words in opposition to ICE. It's really way past due. My name is Cynthia Galeota, and I'm a member of SOMA Action Immigration Committee. I'm here this evening to voice support for an anti-ICE measure coming from Maplewood Township. Another individual was kidnapped today near the Parkwood Diner. Springfield Avenue has been hit hard the last couple of weeks. Clearly, federal immigration enforcement has been out of control for a very long time. We, as citizens, have to do whatever we can to set clear limits on ICE to protect our neighbors. Those limits should be in the form of an ordinance, and what our immigration committee would like to see included, although this is not a complete list, is the town prohibiting ICE from staging on city property and not using its resources for investigations, training for town employees to ask for judicial warrant and to know how to use the rapid response hotline, the town to share the dire rapid response number and know your rights information on the town website, the town to assist with kidnapped community members with loyal referrals, assist with funding for legal representation, and the town promising not to engage in business practices with federal immigration companies, meaning no detention centers, no processing centers, and also care for the families in the aftermath of an arrest. Detention is such a bewildering process. There has to be a system where there can be a social work check-in, and families could be connected to resources. These policies cannot stop ICE from making arrests, but they crucially can help to put sand in the gears of federal operation enforcement. Requiring judicial warrants forces ICE to do targeted enforcement and hopefully would decrease random kidnappings. And anti-ICE measures also signal to our immigrant neighbors that we are doing our utmost to protect them. And importantly, it reaffirms our town values of due process and civil rights for everyone. And I think it's very important to note that several towns and counties in New Jersey, Montclair, Hoboken, Jersey City, Newark, Camden County, Essex County, have passed their own version of ICE-free zones through executive orders, resolutions, and ordinances. Towns across the country that have passed similar measures include Seattle, Spokane and Everett, Washington, Minneapolis and St. Paul, Chicago, New York City, Worcester, Mass, San Jose, and Berkeley. And I trust that Maplewood will follow suit to provide the broadest ordinance to protect the most people, following the models that Susan and I sent, which were to everyone last week, the Montclair Trust Act and the Foundation 5 Ordinance, along with the work that Soma Justice has done to prevent ICE from destabilizing our community. Thank you. And if I could just say a couple of things about the kidnapping that took place today. At one point, we knew that the car was parked in front of the Parkwood Diner and we had the license plate. Someone said to me, call Maplewood Police and see if they'll run the plates. I called the general number and they said, no, we're not doing that. Somebody else called and they also got the same response, but that person had connections to higher up people in the Maplewood Police Department, so it got done, which is great, but it shouldn't take 3 phone calls. There needs to be a better system, and I understand that protocols were not in place for that. The other thing is, later this afternoon, there were 5 of us that went along Springfield near the Parkwood Diner. We stopped in first at the Parkwood Diner, handing out Know Your Rights cards and the Dyer hotline. And it really was shocking the number of people, the businesses that we walked into where people had no idea that something had happened. And they also did not seem to be aware that anything had been happening in the last couple of weeks. It seems to me that's something we could do, that there has to be a simple alert system to inform the business community, hey, ICE is on this street, or, prepare, make sure your signs are up where you have private areas to keep them away unless they have a judicial warrant, that they know that they have the hotline number if they see ICE. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Is there any? Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was just going to follow up.
Yeah.
You're right about the process that happened,
Yeah.
with the license plate number. And that goes to your point where, one of the things we want to put into our ordinance is required training, because our leadership at the Maplewood Police Department they used it, let's put it this way, they used it as an opportunity to train their dispatchers.
Okay.
And so, that's another opportunity for us and part of our effort here in building a comprehensive response. Thank you.
Okay.
So where is the ordinance? Where are we on all that?
We're close, right? Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I hope to,
Next meeting?
yes,
least for
if we
discussion?
can do it for, yes, exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, great. So, yeah, we are very much on board. We've all agreed to move from a resolution to an ordinance because then it binds future township committees, makes it more permanent, all that, so we agree. I think we're just working out some issues. So we'll put it on for, the way we work is when there's an ordinance proposed, we put it on for discussion. If we get, any comments, changes, what have you, then we will introduce it. And then there'll be a public hearing at the second meeting, so it takes like 3 meetings to get going.
Yeah.
But this is a big deal, so it may take a little longer, yeah.
Yeah, we've had multiple meetings over this, and it's been also discussed in the Public Safety Committee. This is absolutely a focus and importance, and we hear you and we thank you for your partnership.
Anyone else want to address the Township Committee? Seeing no one else here in the room, anyone online?
If anyone joining on Zoom would like to address the Township Committee, please raise your hand now. I am moving into Setcher over to panelist. Welcome. You may unmute yourself and address the committee.
Hi there, can you hear me?
We can.
Okay, thank you. I have a quick question. I and some members of the Jewish community are wondering, did we miss it already and it wasn't announced? Or when will the Israeli flag be raised for Jewish Heritage Month? It's almost the end of the month.
I don't believe that we have done that, but we can certainly discuss it.
You mean it hasn't been planned in advance? You knew it was Jewish Heritage Month, so how will this be facilitated and announced?
I think we're going to have to figure that out. We don't have an answer. We'll ask our administrator to get on this and talk and figure out.
Yeah, so we have our Shalom Fest coming up that we worked around and planned forward. We can incorporate that in with our Shalom Fest because we did plan that out.
Well, the Shalom Fest is at the Woodland, isn't it? The flagpole is by Town Hall. So, all right, so figure it out and let us know. Maybe one of you, Pat, maybe you can email me and let me know. So
Yes,
I can.
we will. We'll make it, whatever we decide will become public. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to address the Township Committee?
If anyone else on Zoom would like to address the Township Committee, please raise your hand. I see no hands, Mayor.
Okay.
Mayor, I just wanted to say something. So I just wanted to clarify that Jewish American Heritage Month is specifically about Jewish Americans in America. So it is not related to the country. And it is also actually not related to the religion. It's the Heritage Festival about the cultures and traditions of the people in America. So there is a slight difference. I just want to clarify that, but we will discuss your requests.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope, I'll motion to adjourn.
I'll second your motion.
We've got 6 minutes.
No.
Call the roll.
Ms. Adams? Yes. Collins Colding?
Yes.
Mr. Daffis?
Yes.
Herman?
Yes.
Mayor DeLuca?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Good night.